today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing. His road manager tried to revive him. He failed. A hospital tried to revive him. It failed. His doctor pronounced him dead at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The end, at an early age, of one of the two most spectacular careers in the history of American entertainment, the other being Frank Sinatra's.
We're back with Diamond Joe Esposito from the private collection of Diamond Joe. Elvis, His Best Friend Remembers, available in DVD. Songs you're hearing, courtesy of RCA Records. The promotion, some of the footage tonight was from the 25th anniversary box set Elvis, the definitive collection. That's from Passport International. And we also thank Paramount Home Entertainment. A lot of the movies you're seeing tonight are available through Paramount on DVD and VHS. And, of course, Elvis, His Best Friend Remembers, now out in DVD. Elvis would have been 67 years old. He passed away on August 16th. Where were you that day?
I was at his house. But before I forget, this all comes on VHS for people that don't have DVD players.
Oh, so you have VHS?
VHS, yes. VHS, too. I was there August 16th. We were getting ready to go on tour that evening. And,
was he okay during the day?
The night before, I talked to him. He was fine. I talked to him. I said, anything you need before we leave?
Where were you touring? Where were you starting?
We were getting ready to go to Portland, Maine. We were leaving the day of the 16th at 7 o'clock at night, fly to Portland, spend the night there, and do the show the next day.
And he would have a private plane, right?
We had our own private jet. It was called Lisa Marie. It's a big 4-engine jet that we bought.
4 engines?
Big 4-engine, yeah. He don't want 4-engine. He didn't want a 2-engine plane because he said it was safer with a 4-engine plane.
He's right.
Yeah, we bought
Except
that.
not many people have private 4-engine planes.
No, true, true.
All right, so you're ready to go to Portland, Maine.
Right, and that afternoon I was there. I was supposed to wake him up at 4 o'clock to get ready to leave.
You're going to leave that night?
We were leaving that night at the 16th. And his girlfriend called downstairs.
This was not Linda now?
No,
this
was a girl named Ginger Alden. Called downstairs, asked for somebody. Elvis had fainted in the bathroom. So I ran upstairs and went into the bathroom, and I saw him on the floor. And
he had gone to the bathroom?
He was in the bathroom reading a book, and that's what happened.
Was he doing a toilet facility, too?
Yes,
or?
yes.
And he was reading?
He was reading.
Remember the book?
It was not, it was, I think, the Shroud of Turin or something like that.
Shroud of Turin,
yeah. That was what he had in his hand.
About the Christ body.
Right. So, because there's been stories out there about Elvis was reading a porno book and all that stuff, and that's not true. Anyway, so I turned him over, and the minute I touched him, I knew he had been dead. I knew it right then and there. So I picked the phone up real quick. I was sitting right next to the bathroom. There's a phone there, and I called for an ambulance. Ambulance got there, and I went into the ambulance with him. Him and Charlie Hodge was with me, and Dr. Nick got there, too. And we went to the hospital. Took him to the emergency room, and we went into the second room.
You knew he was dead?
I knew it. I was hoping possible, but I just knew it was no way. And
cold?
That was it, yeah. Yeah.
What was your first reaction? He was 42 years old.
I know. It was, you know, it didn't hit me for a while that he passed away. It was just, I just sort of blocked it out of my head. But it was tough. It was very tough, you know, because we were very close friends, and we spent a lot of time together, and I consider him my best friend. And so when you lose somebody like that, and all the time we spent together, our whole lives together, I thought my life had ended right there.
How did the girl react?
Ginger was all upset. And Lisa Marie was there, too, visiting. Luckily, Lisa
was how old?
She was 9 years old at the time.
In fact, she called Linda.
Yeah, she called. That's right.
Linda
told her. That's right. So I had to call Priscilla and tell her about it,
How'd
too.
she take it?
Oh, well, I mean, she went crazy when I told her. She dropped the phone and was all upset.
She still loved him.
Oh, yes, of course. But then, you know, when she got on the phone, she was worried about Lisa. She said, how's Lisa Marie doing? And I said, don't worry, Lisa Marie's fine, no problem, you know. And then I called Colonel Parker and told him.
Who made the announcement to the press?
Well, they wanted me to do it, but I wouldn't do it. I couldn't.
Why?
I just couldn't. I said, yes, I'll do it, but then emotionally I couldn't have done it. So the PR guy from the hospital made the announcement. Yes.
Possible heart attack. The appearances were that indications were that it might be a heart attack, but we don't know that for sure until after the postmortem examination.
Boy,
it was a day in my life I'll never forget.
How is it handled on the DVD?
Well, I tell it, you know, from that time right up every minute all the way through the whole thing.
You even play, what, a DJ talking about him?
Yeah, there's some news clips about when they made the announcement on the television. Yeah, it's.
I went around the world in a flash.
Oh,
Everyone knows where they were.
I know. You know, it's amazing, though, Larry. You know, like we said earlier, from the inside, you don't see it from the outside. I didn't realize the effect he had on people for those few days. I mean, the thousands of people that come to show up for this funeral from around the world. I never expected that. No way. And the streets were lined all the way down to...
White limos, right?
We got 17 white limousines, because Elvis' favorite color for white was, and his dad said, we need to get white limousines. We had to give them all around the country to get him in there.
What was his cause of death? What was the final determination?
Well, you know,
his
heart just stopped. That's all. It just stopped.
No pain?
No pain, nothing. It just stopped.
Drug connected?
They say drug connected. I think it was his health connection. He didn't eat good.
Fluctuation of weight? Fluctuation
of weight, enlarged heart. He had high blood pressure. People didn't realize. And not only that, if you look at his family on his mother's side, they all died at very young ages. They were all addicted people. A couple of his cousins died from drug overdose and stuff, and his mother drank a lot. So on his mother's side, it was a bad.
Was he on medication for the high blood pressure?
Oh, yeah, medication for that. He was on medication because he had glaucoma in one eye for that.
He did?
Yeah. One of the eyes, yeah. He had some intestines problems.
Wow, we never knew any of this.
Nobody talks about that. That's why a lot of his medication was on. But all that medication doesn't help because, you know, Elvis figured one pill, take two pills, it helps better. Well, you know it doesn't work.
What did you make of all the Elvises and dead stories? That's still going on.
I mean, about still being alive. I mean, that just drives me crazy. I mean, it's so stupid. The man's gone. He would never, ever give up his life because he had to sing on stage.
It wasn't him in the funeral.
No, I know. I couldn't believe they said that wasn't him in the casket. But it hurts a lot of fans that really want to believe he's still alive. That's what's bad. It gives them hope that he's alive. I get letters all the time saying, please tell Elvis I know he's alive. Tell him we said hello and we love him. I mean, that's sad. People want to make money on him. That's it.
What did you do at the funeral?
Well, I was one of the pallbearers. I got to give credit to all the guys who worked for Elvis Security and all the guys around us. We really did a great job organizing this funeral because it was a major event.
How many days after the death?
3 days. But the thing about it, we all sat together and said, listen, this is going to be Elvis's last performance. Let's make sure it's a good one. And we all worked hard on it, and it was amazing how it went, how smooth it went with all those people out there.
The body was displayed, right?
Yes. His dad wanted to make sure that he said, everybody come by to say goodbye to Elvis. And the thousands of fans kept walking up for hours. It was
no press was allowed in.
No press.
The Inquirer got some sort of picture.
Well, they paid one of his cousins a lot of money to take a stinky camera and take a picture of him, one of his relatives.
He looked pretty good, as I remember. They did a nice job.
Not bad, considering. Yeah.
Was it hard? When did it set in for you afterwards?
About 3 months later. It was like I left between tours, but there was no more tours after that. And I got very depressed, very depressed for a long time, and it was tough. And I still miss him today. I really do.
We'll be right back with Diamond Joe. Don't go away.
Stunned fans mill around the gates of Elvis Presley's Whitehaven mansion this afternoon while scores of fans, friends, and show business celebrities pour into Memphis for funeral services tomorrow for the King of Rock and Roll.
Elvis Presley's body just arrived here at Graceland. A hearse carrying the singer's body left the Memphis funeral home, winding its way down Elvis Presley Boulevard to Graceland. Elvis's coffin was taken from the hearse and placed in the mansion's music room. At 3 o'clock, the fans started filing in for their last view of Elvis. The coffin was open. Elvis was dressed in a white suit, blue shirt, and blue tie.